This is the Symposium podcast with Wright and Romero.
All right. Back at it like a crack at it.
Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Symposium podcast.
Yes, sir.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Episode 1.
We here.
Yeah. Well, really episode 45, but y'all know.
Loud as hell.
Whatever. On the other side of the couch. On the new fucking couch.
No, this is 45, right?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah. On the other side of the couch, let the people know who you are, sir.
Welcome back. For those that don't know, I go by the name E. Wright. Thanks for joining us for another one. Season 2. I'll kick it back to my man.
You know what it is? Winter coat roams in the building. Feeling good, feeling great. Kind of hyper right now. I got something in the cup.
Yeah.
It's not alcohol, I promise. Gigi is not here. She is
Gigi.
at the crib. We are in a new location, y'all.
Vibes different.
Yeah.
Vibes different.
He found a spot within the area, and he's like, we're going to use this. And I said, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's good to be back. Good to see you, brother.
It's good to see you too, man.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
To you, to the people. Welcome back to the party.
Yes, sir.
What, Jesus Christ, when was the last time I saw you? 3 weeks ago or something?
Had to be like 3 weeks ago.
What you been on?
Not shit, bro. Not shit, man. Just work, coaching, chilling, man. It's been nice, but it's been like I've been drained, bro. I'm kind of like recharged finally now. You know,
Yeah.
like took some time off and I'm back. I feel good though. You know, feel good. You know, just ready for the new year, man. Ready for the new year.
I feel it.
How about yourself?
I'm coolin', brother. The holiday season was a little hectic.
Yeah.
Nothing bad. It's just unexpected.
Yeah.
But definitely got some rest time. So that was nice. Was thinking about the pod the whole time. I was like, okay, I'm ready to get back. Ready to get into this. So good to be here. Good start to the year, I'd say.
Yeah.
Good start.
Yeah, for sure.
That being said, should we get into the news?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, here's what's going on in today's news, everybody. Symposium news. We no longer reading articles.
Hell nah.
We listened to them. We went through the episodes, and we not doing that shit anymore.
It's kind of dry.
Yeah, it's just we want to inform people, and we like to have discussions about what's going on in the world, but that reading shit is done. We gonna condense that.
Yeah.
We just gonna shorten that up. We're still gonna do discussions. We're still gonna talk about what's going on in the world. Just not gonna read. That's about it. Niggas is done. Niggas is done with that. TLDR. Too long, didn't read. That's about it. That's the only news that we really have.
Yeah.
So yeah, but fuck all of that. We have a very, 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 very special interview for y'all.
This is gonna be an exciting way to start the year with this episode.
Not even interview, guests. We have some very special guests.
Family.
Yeah.
Some very special family members. Yeah, I'm excited. Man.
Yeah. So fuck all that. We're gonna refresh these cups and then we're gonna get back to it. So we'll see y'all in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back and we have our first guest of season 2. Ladies and gentlemen, Full Circle TV.
Yes, sir. This is like a great because these are like my good friends as well. You know what I mean? So it's like super dope, and just to see what they're doing, which we'll get into. But we just appreciate y'all for taking y'all time out and coming through to fuck with us.
Thank you for having us. Man, I was geeked when you reached out to us. I ran over and showed Kayla the text like, "Oh, he want us on the pod. He want us on the we got to do it." So
Yeah. Nah.
This is big. I mean, I've been hearing about y'all for like a year, so this is basically a year in the making. So.
Yeah, I guess I'm. Damn, I didn't even introduce you.
No.
Hey, so yeah, my bad. So
I am nobody
first of all,
special.
this is my homie Ro. You know, we've been doing this for actually a year now.
A year.
It started organically, and then it was just something we wanted to do, and it just to see the progression, it was super dope. But Ro, this is Marcus and Kayla.
Nice to finally meet y'all.
Yeah. So that's your pass.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, but just just super dope people, man. Yeah. So Full Circle Television, dog. I'm trying to think when I first saw it. I was intrigued, like what exactly is it? But I didn't want to ask too many, ask too many questions. But then I just started to see it form, and I'm like, damn, they got a fucking. It's like it was a series, and then there's a network. Like I'm like, dog, they this shit is dope, and it's just a brand to me. It feels like a brand, but it feels like it's been around. So can you just explain what it is, and and how do you got it started? So what is Full Circle Television?
I'll take that one. So Full Circle Television actually got started as a place to house our series. I would like to say the relationship goals, the series came first. And then it's like, okay, if you're going to have a TV show, TV shows are on network. So we now need a network for the television show to live on. So we created Full Circle Television. People ask all the time, where did that name come from? And I really wish I had this profound story. I literally said Full Circle Television, and I was like, that's it. That's the one. I didn't brainstorm.
I was wondering that too. Okay.
It was just that. So the series, I guess we can talk about that and how that started is Marcus proposed to me. At that time, I had always said, I'm not going to ever get married. I grew up saying that I'm not going to get married. I don't want to be anyone's wife, but it's because of the way I saw wives being portrayed on television, the way that I saw wives being treated in my family. I'm like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't want that. So when he proposed, I'm like, oh shit, I'm afraid of this thing that I always, pushed away. Why am I afraid of it? And I started to therapy myself and just ask myself, well, why are you afraid of this? What does love look like to you? What does marriage look like to you? And can you create your own way of love and marriage? Then I started asking those questions to Marcus, and he thought that it was a really, really good idea. And we was like, let's get other people's feedback on these same questions that we have, and let's make it a TV show.
Okay. Did you?
No. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm just trying to just made me lose my train of thought.
Sorry, kid tried to come in.
Yeah. Damn. So initially when that came about, like you said, how did it happen when Marcus proposed, but then so was it hold on now, or how did what happened with that though?
No, I was pretty much so I said yes, of course, in the proposal.
Okay.
I said yes in the proposal, but it was kind of a thing, an internal thing where I would Marcus would fall asleep, and then I would get up out the bed and start journaling about all of these things, how did you see love shown in your household growing up? How were the arguments handled? What were the result of the arguments in your household? And just things like that. And it was just more an internal thing. And then once I felt comfortable and I felt like I knew myself better, then I went to Marcus and started asking him those same questions and told him about my worries. And he was like, no, we can make marriage whatever the hell we want to make it.
And this is this was a 2 a.m. conversation that I got woke up out of my sleep to, just to kind of show how seriously she was thinking about this stuff and how much it was bothering her. You know what I mean? This was a 2 a.m. conversation, and she woke me up, and we went through not even knowing, we went through 10 of our base questions that we asked when people come on relationship goals, or that's even in like our journal. And I remember saying to her, like, this would really help a lot of people if they had these conversations prior to, getting married, or, even if you're thinking about getting engaged to somebody, just having these conversations is just learning more about yourself and your partner too. So,
Yeah.
So that's where it all.
good.
Now, here's the thing that I'm wondering. Y'all focus on, to hear about your story and, to basically like your story is the foundation of Full Circle Television, right? But you don't just focus on relationships. You focus on, relationships as parents to their children, relationships between two brothers or two sisters, just like friendships. How do you expand on that? Because that's a completely different thing.
Yeah, that wasn't. So this is the great thing about having a community of people around you. Literally, I wanted this one particular couple to be on the show. One of them wasn't available for the conversation. He said, "Hey, you should really have my wife and her mother on." They had just experienced the death of the mother's husband, and then the girl's father. They were living in the same household, and they had like this feud amongst each other. It was this elephant that was in the room that they weren't talking about. He was like, "You should really have them on the show." And from him just dropping that gem, like in my mind, I was like, "Oh, our next segment is going to be on parents and their adult children," because there are those conversations that we are not having with our parents, either because it's uncomfortable or just because it's like, we're used to sweeping things under the rug, especially in the Black community. Like, we don't talk about that, or, we don't take this outside of the household. That's something that we were raised on. What happens in our house stays in our house. We don't talk about it anywhere else. And hell, we probably not even talking about it at home for real. So I was like, that's our next segment. And then from there, you could tell about the experience of the thing that happened at the wedding, and I was like, "Oh, this is about to be on the show too."
yeah, and that wasn't even intentional.
Yeah.
Just from like the parents, we went into friends too, because it's like it's conversations that need to be had amongst friends too. Certain they need to be hashed out. Certain misunderstandings may need to be explained from a different point of view on neutral ground, if you want to say. And it ended up being very therapeutic for me personally, being a creator and, somebody that consumes it. Had an issue with one of my guys at my wedding, and I wronged him, you know what I mean? And he spoke up about it, and we talked about it on the show, and, came to a better understanding of things, and kind of let each other know where we was coming from or why we felt a certain way. So, like I say, it started with romantic relationships, and then we just realized like we literally can touch any type of relationship that's out there. You know what I mean? Just I really don't. I can't even think of like how to verbalize it, but
yeah, we can hit on every dynamic. There are so many dynamics.
Yeah.
So that is season 1 and 2. So we talked about romantic, familial, and platonic relationships, and then we're rolling right into season 3, spring of 2022, with co-parenting dynamics.
Yeah.
So I think relationship types out there that we're going to be able to hit on, and it's going to be able to be an eye-opener for who's ever experiencing that particular dynamic. So people look at us as just like, oh, it's just a couples thing. Like, no, you have issues and things that you need to hash out with your friends, with your parent, with your co-parent that you're co-parenting with your business partner, with your podcast mate. Like, there are so many relationships that we're going to be able to like take this brand on and expand on.
Yeah, because when I first like got into what y'all was doing, I just assumed it was just like relationship, like couples relationships, until I like started like kind of just diving deeper into it. I'm like, they talking about everything, you know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, you can literally go, you're just gonna go a long way, because it ain't just, you're not just in one lane. You know what I mean? You just hitting a pocket here, and then that trickles down to like, all right, well, like you said, the friendship part, and then and just kind of, especially the co-parenting, like that's huge, especially like right now, and just for like, so like especially, so I'm glad you brought that up, because I wanted to ask about that as well, just for like but I'll save it. I'll save it down the line. But
You sure?
no, actually. So since we here, so I was gonna ask you, Marcus, because I see the relationship you have with James, and I was explaining to him. I'm like, so he has a son. Like I'm like he has a stepson, but you wouldn't, if you didn't know him, you wouldn't even know. You know what I mean? It's like
treat him as though he's your
own. Yeah. And I think it's so dope, and I just see y'all relationship. You know what I mean? And it's like it's encouraging. It's encouraging. But I'm like, for me, I'm like, how did that, like, how did you go? How did that come about to where it was like, I'm gonna, you know, I'm accepting, you know, I'm getting into this relationship, and it's like, how did you feel about that? And like originally, how has it changed, or is it always like that? Always your mindset like that?
So initially, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little like nervous, just, and this is an honest moment. So like, it's easier to get involved with a woman with a kid and that other parent is not active, not around, not involved. That's easier because you don't really have any obstacles or anything to, I guess, go against or compare yourself to. Yeah. And with Kayla, James's father is active. You know, he came and got him, practices after school, and you know, I was living in Madison, they were living in Milwaukee, and he was heavily involved. So I was nervous just from that aspect of, you know, I don't want anybody to feel like I'm pushing them out or especially when I realized we were getting serious, you know what I mean? And I seen the relationship going somewhere. So the main thing I was able to do, or I feel like I did right, was I feel like I showed myself to be somebody like, I'm trying to work with you and I'm not trying to push you away, as far as like his dad. And even James too, letting him know, like, you know, I'm not trying to replace your dad. You know, you always gonna have your dad. I'm here for you and your mom. You know what I mean? I'm gonna love both of y'all, and I want you to understand that. And initially it was tough. Yeah. Like when we got engaged and we came back and told him, you know, he cried. He said, "I don't want a new dad."
I was just gonna ask you, how did he feel? How did he feel right away?
He was sad initially. He cried. He cried. Like we got and took him to get ice cream and stuff, and we told him down at the lake, and he cried. He was like, you know, I don't want a new dad. I like my dad. I like my family that I got. And it took a long time, but we both had to like reassure him, like, you know, we're not replacing nobody. We all one big family, and it wasn't just me. My family has been doing a great job, if you ask me.
And that was we talk about co-parenting. Just making sure that my son going into the family that I'm going into is welcome, and he feels like he's a part of that family. Like, that was a big, big thing for me. Like, that's like one of my deal breakers. Like, if he didn't feel like he was at home, if he didn't feel accepted in the family, if they weren't calling him on his birthday and trying to spend the holidays with him, and, you know, just doing, if he was a part of their family, then it was going to be a no for me. But they made sure of that. Like, they don't miss a beat when it comes to James, like, at all.
That, like I say, it started off tough, but and then it don't hurt that he's like a cool ass kid too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a cool kid. So dealing with him is pretty easy, and then I see a lot of myself in him too. Even though it's not like my biological, if you want to say, but I see so much of myself in him from when I was his age and just growing up. It's just kind of like easy to love on him and then like take him in too. So that all that stuff helped and contributed to that relationship.
That's super dope. Cause like I said, man, it's just when I'm like, especially when I'm like around y'all, it's like dude, he like super funny. And it's like, man, I'm like this little dude cool as hell. Like, we was kicking it at the wedding, you know what I mean? Like, and it was just like hilarious to me. I'm like, damn, and just to see just to see like how y'all interact with each other and all that, it just was super dope, man. And I just commend that. And I was asking because me as like, 34, single, and it's like with that, I ask myself that all the time, like, is that like something that would deter me from a relationship? But it's like the more I think about it, like I don't think it will, but it's always that thought, you know what I mean? And to like just get another perspective is pretty dope, because I know people that's a deal breaker for people, and like I
that was my deal breaker.
Yeah,
I have a son, and I'm like, I'm not dating a dude with kids. I don't want that challenge. It's too much of a. I think that is okay too if that's your deal breaker. Like you shouldn't feel bad about it. Like,
and I also will say don't feel like you have to settle either, just because we are getting to that age, and it's like, I really don't want to try the blended family thing or try that. Like I always say, if it works out for you and it's natural and it flows right, then give it a shot. But I also will say, don't just cast nobody out just because like she got a child or something. You know what I mean? But if that's your thing, then that's your thing. But
well, it's not really about the situation. It's more about how you connect with that person, right?
Right. And all the circumstances around it too. You know what I mean? If everything is right, you'd be stupid not to like stop talking to somebody just off something like that. You know?
Yeah.
But you can have, you can have your different, but if you got somebody who is like cold for you, you know what I mean? Like you like, damn, I really can see myself with this woman, but she got a little kid. like, come on, man. You know what I mean?
Right. That's just, I feel that.
Why I don't want, like, is it because I want my own child, or do I feel like I may not be able to have a connection with this kid? Like, and start asking yourself those questions. Like, why do I really not? Is it about the outside perception of what this will look like when I bring this woman and her children to my grandmother's house? You know, like, think about those things and like talk yourself through them.
All right.
Yeah, that's
a lot. That's a lot.
I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this.
I do have a question for y'all. I mean, just to hear you talk about these different relationships, especially co-parenting and stuff. You know, you wear multiple hats. You're business owners. You have your own relationship. You're co-parenting. How do you balance all of that? You know, how do you keep everything separate?
Ooh, child.
Man.
My bad.
Balance, like we really just figuring it out every single day. Like at the top of the year, Marcus and I come up with this like quadrant, like vision board. It's not really a vision board. We just split a piece of paper into 4 sections, and we say business, our relationship, financials, and then ourselves, and we put all the things that we want to work on in ourselves, our business, our financials, and our relationship. We do all of those things, and we just try to make them work the best way we know how. Sometimes if you are focusing on one area, we're not able to focus on the other things. So this year I said for myself, I want to be able to get back in the gym. Like I was a gym rat for a long time, and it felt good. Like I loved it. But then I started to fall in love with Full Circle Television, and that became my top priority. And then I saw that me putting that love and all that energy into Full Circle Television, that I was like missing out on some of my relationships that I needed to connect on. Like I like recently got checked by one of my siblings, like, you don't check on me enough. So there's not a way to balance it, because there is so much going on, and we're just trying to figure out like, how do we best do this every single day? Like it is a challenge. It's definitely not easy.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even go as far as to say it's not a way to balance it. We just ain't found it yet.
Yeah.
For our situation. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's a select few people that figured it out, but we still trying. Like we in the point where we're trying to, like, people see us having a successful game nights and the merch, but still trying to like grow and like fully monetize our brand.
Yeah.
About this briefly before, you and Tony and I, and we still trying to figure that out. So
Yeah.
a lot of the times, a lot of our energy goes towards Full Circle. Whether it's pushing products or an event or trying to come up with new concepts, like that takes a lot of time. And then even working on stuff, like I tell the story now, like when we shoot and we start editing, like it's so fucking annoying because Kayla go from my wife to my boss for no fucking reason. And you gotta chill the fuck out. I gotta work. I can't be up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning editing. I can't. I'm not gonna do it. You can be mad at me, but I'll start back tomorrow. You know? But that's just the growing part of it, and we learning and we getting better. And man, it's a tough job, but I'm here for it. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna put my best foot forward. Excuse me.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you guys are figuring it out, just as you said. It doesn't seem to be. I mean, you have your challenges, but more than anything, you work off of one another, like that energy, so things just kind of flow. Seems like one pushes the other one.
Yeah. Always. Like I literally came in the living room today. I don't know, he was watching a movie or something, and I just literally improv'd a whole new event concept that I want to do this year. And I'm doing it and I'm improving it. I'm talking to the audience and going back and forth. I'm doing all of this. I didn't say good morning or nothing. I don't know. Like I just started doing it. Like I came out of the living room. And he just sitting there smiling at me, and I'm like, "Well, do you like it? Do you like it?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think that's gonna be dope. I think it's gonna be." So, like, literally, like, if I get an idea, I go right to Marcus with it, and he just reassures me and say, "Go for it. Like, do it. Like, do it. Do it."
I like that.
Yeah.
That a lot. That's what's up. What do you got?
So I do want to ask, so just knowing Marcus, man, like when I first met him, like he was just super chill, always in the cut. So like, what made you like want to like kind of, how did you like come out of your shell to even be like in the forefront of what you're doing now? Like what happened or what changed where you just got like comfortable, you know, just kind of, yeah.
Are you an introvert? Or were you an introvert?
No. But I'm just always chill, you know, unless I'm drinking and then I'm turning.
He danced.
But I just always chill. Like that's just my thing. I chill, sit back, and I love people watching. Like people watching is my number one thing to do, and I'm gonna do it any and everywhere I go.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't. I don't see myself in the forefront with Full Circle Television. I kind of always push Kayla out there because it's her baby, you know. And then I want her to get her credit, you know, where it's due. Yeah. And I appreciate people showing me love. Like I let people know, like, oh, I shot it, I edited it, but everything else, that's all Kayla. You know what I mean?
And then I let him know, right? Like, who the hell could be on the computer editing? Not me. Like, I don't know how. I'm not big on computers. I don't know much about it. I don't even know how to use this camera that we have for this show. So I try to like push it back on him. Like if it like I could have the idea all day, but if it wasn't for Marcus, like putting in the effort to learn about a camera, to learn about these editing softwares, we would not have Relationship Goals series. We would not have Full Circle Television. So I think that we both like try to like make sure that each one of us gets the credit. For it, and Marcus tried to push me forward more, but this year we getting out of that. Like,
so were you always comfortable in the forefront, Kayla, or were you like more behind the scenes as well?
I still like to be behind the scenes. Like I don't like all of that, like camera stuff or like being on stage or talking about things like openly, like a conversation like this I can do, but like even being on social media is hard for me to just pop up on social media, say, hey y'all, Full Circle. Like people don't know, we used to do FCTV lives last year and the year before last, and I be sweating. Yeah. Like I be sweating. Like I'm hot, I'm nervous. Like it's not an easy thing. No.
Do you feel, you kind of answered my question already, but I mean, with the platform that you guys are building, do you feel a lot of pressure as time goes on? Because I'm sure your fan base is growing.
Oh hell yeah! I just sent Marcus a thing yesterday. Adrienne Byline had to make an announcement to her fans that she didn't feel like posting for a long time. She didn't feel like posting throughout the holidays. She didn't feel like getting dressed. She just wanted to have her time to herself. And I sent that to Marcus. He like, is that how you feel? And I'm like, a lot of times I do. I feel like I need to show up. We need to post on this page. We have people that are looking at us and they're waiting for the newest content. They're waiting on the next game night. They're waiting on the next live interview. They're waiting on these things. But sometimes I do just want to have my time off of social media. But we are a very we're living in a very fast-paced time. So if you're not posting, if you're not there, then you're kind of like forgotten about. And I don't want that to be us. So even when I don't feel like showing up some days, like I still show up. I know that's not. So I'm going to try to figure out a way to be able to show up without actually showing up. And that's kind of how we got Fan Friday Takeover. Is like, hey, content that I don't need to be a part of, that I don't need to be where I don't have to show my face for, but it also gives the people that are taking over the opportunity to talk about their brands and to showcase their lives and get more attention on them and get more business to their business or whatever. So I'm just constantly thinking of ways to pull us away from the forefront and just be the directors, the producers, the creators behind the scenes, because that's where I'm most comfortable.
And that's, it's interesting you say that, because like you, as like a creator, you feel the need or pressure, and that's I think it comes from us as people. We so damn entitled to shit. Like we, you know what I mean? Like you oppress somebody like why you ain't put this out or why you ain't do that? Like, and it's like, damn, I got a life just like you. You know what I mean? But the expectation is, it's so high. It's like, damn, now you pressuring yourself. Now you like, well, damn, I just had a mental breakdown, but they got to get this content. You know what I mean? And that's crazy.
You no longer looked at as a human being.
Yeah,
like you're this machine.
Yep. And man, that's just interesting. And it's like, because you see it all the time, and it's like, damn, like how can you shut that down, or like how can you like balance that? You know what I mean? And that's tough.
What's going on right now with Wendy Williams? Like, she has been away from her show for so long, battling whatever but she was able to have hosts and different people come on the show while she deal with her real life stuff. Yeah. And I think that if she was able to take some time off prior to all of this, like, she would be in a more healthier space. But the fact that she felt like she needed to show up and show up and show up is like almost, to her detriment.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Man, so I want to ask, so where does this passion to make connections with people come from? Like, it's amazing, like how, like, I've met people just through y'all and just being around and, and seeing like stuff like that. And it's just like where does that passion come from to just make those connections with others?
And I think a lot of it is like what you said, to be able to bring people together is something that we take a lot of pride in. Just like community, like we always say, FCTV fam. Yeah. We love having that because it lets people know that they're not alone in their struggles. Yeah. That
it's a safe space.
Yeah, it's a safe space. It's ways out. You got people to talk to. Ain't nobody gonna judge you about nothing. Like, we get a lot of like inboxes and stuff that obviously we don't share or nothing, but so many people, man, when you talked about this helped me out a lot. To hear that this person went through this, I went through this as well. This was so beneficial. Thank y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for doing this, for bringing this type of environment to the city. Like, people love game night.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun, but the type of fun that's had there, you know what I mean?
It takes you back to childhood.
Yeah, take you back to like I don't want to say like pure, but just where when you could go out, have a good time, and not have to worry about anything. It takes you It takes you to that time where you could just go and have fun, meet people, and then, go back your separate ways and take something with you at the same time, So I think that's where a lot of our stuff's come from. And then just also wanting to reach a larger audience too, more people, and just get the product out there. That keeps driving us too.
Man, you mentioned game night. Is it y'all have four? Y'all have four so far, right? So I only made it to one, and I was like, man, I want to come, because I see them post, and it like, so game night is literally like they'll have, they'll rent out a space, bro, and it's like you play damn near like it's like you have hosting a game night at the crib.
Sure.
And when I tell you, I drove 5 hours to this game night, and it was the most cracking shit I've done in a long time, bro. First of all, it was Halloween, so that's already.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly. Hey, listen, I was on this man's story. That shit was lit.
Yeah.
Look, I was jealous as shit. I was like, fuck this nigga.
Bro.
Why didn't you invite me?
Bro, you know where we at already. So we majority of our time we're around white people. So being back home and being around that many black people just having fun, it like my heart was full, dog. I'm like, this shit is crazy. Like it was so dope. Like, and it was just the community.
You was home.
I felt home, yeah.
Home. Yeah.
Like home.
Yeah, and that's what we continue to bring to people. Like you say, your heart felt full. When was the last time you said that about like some black shit? You know what I mean? Just be honest. You know what I mean? Like you went with all black people and you was in there like, damn, this beautiful, this amazing. You know what I mean? Worry about nothing. You just genuinely had a good time. So we take pride in that, and hearing people say stuff like that, and that continues to push us and keep bringing stuff to the people.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use that sound bite.
No, that was the best time I had in a while, man. It was just like, and just to see everybody like laughing, dancing, like. It was just dope, man. It was dope, and the games was funny as hell. And, it was just cool.
Costumes, like everybody's costume was so creepy. Like, how did you think about that? Like, I think nobody had like a basic costume. Like everybody was all out for their costume.
I had a video. It's a whole Barbie in a box, literally. Swag surfing in a box, dog. That shit was funny as fuck, dude. Like, I'm just like, damn, this shit tight, man. Like, it was a good time, man.
Fuck all that. When's the next? When y'all having the next one?
Exclusive. The next FCTV Game Night will be Saturday, February 26th. From 7 to 11 p.m. on the Bayou in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Tickets will be $20 if you sign up for our FCTV Fam Club. That's nothing but giving us your email. $20 if you sign up for our FCTV Fam Club. So go ahead and do that, y'all. And come. Drive 5 hours if you're in Minnesota or whatever. Like, come party with us. Your heart will be there.
All right, so.
I've never been to Milwaukee either.
What?
Nah, never.
Say less. Say less. We'll make it a weekend.
Hold on, time out. Let's ask the most important question. How do you know this man?
So I actually met E through our mutual friend Kent. I used to work with Kent for this company in Milwaukee, and I think I don't remember when the first time it was that we met.
I can't remember either, man.
I don't remember, but I know we came to Minnesota and we kicked it for sound set, and then it just kind of been on like that. We got a group chat and we always stay in touch, but it's always been nothing but love with me and you. So.
Yeah, I do remember though, like Kent would always say, yeah, my guy Marcus. I'm like, man, who the hell is this nigga Marcus, dog? Why you talking about so much? And then I met Marcus, I'm like, oh, that nigga dope as hell, man. Like, I get it. Because you never met Amir, Omar's brother, have you?
No.
Yeah,
no.
That nigga's he's one of a kind, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
But they all work together, and I'm like, man, I didn't want to kick it with nobody Amir kicking with, but
I'm like, but I'm like, okay, all right, this dude cool. So yeah, I mean, it's been love ever since, man. It's been love ever since, dog.
Okay. I do have another question for y'all. Just talking about community and how you reach out to so many people. That's dope, but just having a platform, there's always some backlash. Like for us, we still new to the podcast world, but we've received love. At the same time, we've had people come to us and they'll be like, listen, I heard what you said, but I don't really agree with that. I mean, our biggest thing is about mental health in the Black community. Kayla, just as you said earlier, people, they still tucking that shit. They swipe it under a rug. So for you guys to talk about relationships just in general, what have been the challenges for y'all?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I think for us, the challenges that we faced, and this was on our grid that Kayla talked about, we both ended up putting this down, was to try to stay more present or be more involved with like our own family and friends and our own relationships. Mm-hmm. Because we're trying to do this, we're trying to build this and also work on our relationship. And you only got so much of yourself to give. Yeah. And if you give all yourself towards, work and your business, you're going to struggle in your other areas. So I think for us, one of the things that we struggle with is just our own personal relationships. And like Kayla said, she had a sibling call her out like, hey, you don't check on me enough as you should, and, that's stuff that we need to pick up slack on, and I think that's like one of the biggest struggles that we will have with.
Yeah, that's literally the biggest struggle. So we haven't gotten struggle like from our fan base, like from the people that consume our stuff. We haven't gotten any pushback from them yet, which I'm thankful for. And I was literally saying this like the day before my sibling reached out to me. I was like, we get love and support, whatever. And then my sibling reached out to me and was like, hey, you doing all that over there, but you don't call me. You don't. And I'm like, damn, I am putting all my energy over here and not even paying attention to this over here. So that was a wake up call for me to be like, be more intentional with your personal relationships, check on people more, even if they cross your mind. Now it's like, hey, thinking about you. I think people need to hear that and, to feel that and to feel me. And like, I literally just had my head down for 2 years, just like doing the work and not coming up for air and checking on the folks that love me and I love them. So that has been one of our challenges and pushbacks.
Can't have a main show called Relationship Goals and you got shitty relationships with your
right on the money. Yeah.
So that's like, I would say that's one of our main things. And like you say, she had the instance with her relative, and then you could feel it too when you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Your body, your mental gonna tell you like, you need to check on your people more. You need to holler at this person more. You need to do this more. Yeah. And you're going to have to do that work and be disciplined and follow through with it.
And just make it a part of like, I don't want to make anything routine. Like I like for things to be organic. So it is literally, if somebody come across my mind, it's like, what's up? Let me carve out some time to talk to them and like just be present with them. Let's schedule a date. Let's go get coffee. Let's go get drinks. Let's go out for dinner. This sibling actually lives in a different state, so it's like me being more intentional. Like I have to fly out to her and I have to see her and love on her. So that's like one of the goals for 2022 is like y'all may see less of us on social media with Full Circle. And that's because we are being more intentional with our personal relationships.
You had a question?
About
in general.
Oh no, I was just.
I saw you looking, so I was like,
yeah. No, I was just gonna like we talking about the, just kind of we touched on it a little bit with the mental, just kind of explain the mental health part. Mm-hmm. So I was gonna ask, so what is that like? How important is that? How important is like mental health when it comes to like relationships and friendships?
Yeah.
Like, what do you? How is that? How important is that to you? I should say.
Yeah, hell of important. Like, I feel like I have allowed a lot of things to happen because I understand mental health and I understand, like, you're hurting right now. Like, this has to do with me. So I think that understanding mental health has a lot to do with relationships because I can see that you're hurting and you may be lashing out like this, like, ready to fight, cussing at me, like doing whatever, but I know that there's something underlying there and the bottom of that. This is not the issue right here. You're hurting in some way. And even for myself, I think about, like, if I want to lash out on somebody, like, are you really mad or are you hurt? Are your feelings hurt? So thinking about all of those things, I think that anger is a secondary emotion to like your feelings being hurt. Like, that's where it starts, and then you get angry. Or it's a secondary emotion to fear. You think you're going to lose something or lose somebody or something, so you get angry about that. So I think that understanding mental health is important to any type of relationship with your spouse, your parent, your friends, your siblings, your co-parent, like whoever.
Yeah, that's real. While you look up a question, I am curious to know. It sounds like y'all are kind of taking a step back, not so much from the platform, but trying to find time for yourselves, give yourself some space. Are you planning any time in the near future to, like, pass on full circle to someone else? Like, not bring the business to someone else, but new hosts, things like that.
I wouldn't say necessarily pass it on to somebody else, but we definitely are looking at expanding our team.
Yeah.
But obviously, to do that, you want to be able to pay people what they're worth. So just trying to find ways to monetize and keep money coming in so we could pay people to manage social media or to run events or to do this stuff. So not necessarily turn it over, but definitely bring in reinforcements to kind of help us, keep everything rolling and moving, I would say.
Yeah, okay. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Solid. What you got?
So, just to piggyback off my question before, so what does self-care look like for you? Like, what are you doing to take care of your mind, your body, and all of that?
So self-care for me, 2022, getting back in the gym. I like sweat. I like to feel that. I like the pain, the burn after a workout. I like the mental release. Like, literally, I would either pop in a podcast or listen to my favorite songs from when I was a kid and, like, really get to going. So that's self-care for me. In the summertime, when we don't have all this ugly white stuff outside, riding my bike is self-care for me. Like, literally getting outside and riding my bike for 2 hours across town type of thing is self-care for me. So a lot of it is physical. I want to get into more, like, spiritual things, but I think that will just come with time and just understanding. I don't want to, like, seek it out. I feel like it'll come to me. The energy will come to me and just find that more organically. But yeah, self-care for me is like being active and moving my body, even getting back into dance. I used to love to dance, and I think that is going to be self-care for me as well. Again, it's moving my body.
Yeah, for me, self-care just for me just is any mental break where I don't have to exert myself like mentally. You know what I mean? So for me, my biggest thing for self-care is fishing.
Yeah.
I love fishing in the summertime, springtime. That's usually what I'm doing if I'm not with family, Fishing is just my shit. You could just sit out there, throw your rod out, even if you're not fishing, just walking from spot to spot, checking out the environment, the scenery, and just clearing your head mentally. That's really big for me.
It's peaceful, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's very peaceful, very tranquil, and I didn't do any of that last year. I think I went fishing one time. I took James and one of his friends, and that was like the only time I went fishing last year. So 2022, I'm definitely getting back to that. And then just I think I'm going to start going deeper into my photography and videography too. Just more habit type stuff as opposed to actual work. I think a lot of that will be helpful too, just to kind of challenge yourself there as well and give you something to do. So
I think that's good.
yeah.
Because I think that we all need hobbies. And when I was growing up, I would say that, and I'm not a bowler, so I don't know where this came from. And it probably came from a TV show. But I would see like couples on TV, like Thursday night was their bowling night. They had the jackets, they had the bowling ball, and they had these nice balls, these shoes. Like they had like teams and they would have competitions. And that was their thing. Their kids knew that there was their thing. Their families knew that that was their thing. Like everybody knew that that was their thing. And I thought that that was so tight to like have a hobby. And I'm like, dang, we don't have hobbies. Like I'm not anywhere sitting. I'm not anywhere drawing. Like I think that having a hobby is good for your mental health too. So just finding like that hobby is good.
Oh, that's man. It got me thinking about what actually like and I can relate to all that so much, and it's just like because I definitely want to get back into like working out, being more consistent, working out, and just get back to like my art shit, like paint and drawing and all that. I want to get back into that. I'm just so like busy, but it's like you make time for what you want to make time for. So I can't use that as an excuse no more.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of that's what my mindset is for 2022. It's just like, all right, if you want to do that shit, go do that shit. Like stop trying to put it off or making excuses. And so that's kind of the wave I want to ride is just do it, just make time for it shit, and and especially make time for myself, because it's hard, but it's possible. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where my mindset is on that.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, E, sorry for interrupting. Like, so I got a question for you. Just like talking about relationships and then like growth and everything. And I don't know how much you talked about this, but like I know like your nephew has been with you for time now. Like how the hell has that been? Just from like an adjustment standpoint, you go from being party boy E to to Uncle E with responsibilities, and you got to be on his grades, going to practice and doing like how was that adjustment, and are you still like adjusting to that now even?
Man, it's crazy. It'll be he been up here for a year now.
Yeah.
And it's been crazy. Like you said, bro, like I went from not having responsibilities to just, and I'm caring for a 15-year-old, you know what I mean? And it's like, dog, it's so crazy, but it's just to see his growth though, from just the time he was here to the like, it's beautiful, dog. Like it's like, and he's so much of me. Like he's literally like he's just like me, and it's funny to see, but it's been different, bro. Like it's like I'm literally, I want to do something. I'm like, damn, I gotta make sure he good, or I want to go somewhere. I'm like, damn, I gotta make and it just happened like that. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just I'm still adjusting, but it's great. Like I wouldn't want it any other way. You know what I mean? And it's just like to see him like he comfortable, like he's respectful. And where if he was still in that situation, I don't think he'd be doing so good. Like they love him up here, he love it up here. And it's just to see his growth is what makes me happy. I took that on, and I'm just it's cool, man. Like I ain't missing nothing. You know what I mean? Like that shit was getting old anyways. So it's like it's good, and I still kick it from here and there, but like I'm glad to like go and kick it with him. And like just show him some shit he hasn't done or seen before, because I didn't have that. You know what I mean? And that's important. Like he used to. I'm trying to take him to go eat some and he just want to eat regular shit. I'm like, dog, you don't gotta live that way no more. like let's go try it. You know what I mean? And he tried, he liked it, and it's just I think this experience is gonna bond us for life. You know what I mean? I do have more nieces and nephews, but it's like he'll never forget this, you know, and I just want that to motivate the others to, you know, to just be better, do better. And I think it has been, like, you know, I hear their conversations, and I'm proud of them, you know what I mean? I just to see his growth, and it's challenging, but at the same time, you know, it's like
it's worth it.
It's worth it. It's worth it for sure. And yeah, I'm just like it's different though. It's different, but like, and I didn't. What you say? I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it because it's like I went from in a 1-bedroom down, like, damn near downtown 1-bedroom to I went within 2 weeks I got a fucking dog and a 15-year-old. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, they both is driving me crazy. You know what I mean? Like, the damn dog is just like him. Like, and it's just like I damn near got 2 kids just running around this motherfucker. Like, we got to get a bigger place. So got a bigger place, just comfortable, and now it's just like, it's cool though. It's cool, man. Like, it's like I'm trying to see what I can kind of compare it to, but it's like nothing. Like, I didn't know what was going to happen with it. I didn't know if he was going to last, because I'm like, bro, you fuck up one time, you going back. You know what I mean? And he been on his stuff, man. Like I'm like, bro, I ain't got time for this. Like, I do, but it's like I want to help, but man, you gotta want to help yourself. And like he been doing well, man. The grades is up. Like, it's night and day. It's night and day, and it's like it's just like I'm glad I could do it for him, you know. And I couldn't see myself doing nothing else. You know what I mean? Like we kicking it, bro. Like, it's so good. It's so good. And I hope to, you know, when I do have my own, you know what I mean, just this is like a teaching moment for me. Like, I got to skip the baby shit and all that, you know what I mean? But it's dope, man. It's dope. Like, I wouldn't want it any other way.
You're getting the joys of parenting, without being
like
parent.
Yeah, exactly. So it's super dope, man.
That's nice, man. All right. One question that I do have for y'all, you know, E and I, we talk about all types of stuff. One of the things that we're talking about right now is, you know, reflecting on the year 2021 and thinking about 2022. You guys have touched on a lot of things what you're looking forward to as far as the new year. What's something that you're leaving behind? What's something that you're leaving in 2021?
For me, every year I try to give myself a word or something to focus on. So for the last 2 years, it was create, then it was community. This year, it's me. So I guess leaving behind so much of the focus, I don't want to say like focusing on others, but everything that I will pour into other people, like pouring it into myself. So I guess I'm leaving, I don't know if that's leaving it behind, but that's what I'm bringing with me, is just like focusing more on me, putting that energy into me. If I can encourage someone to do something, like I can encourage myself to do something as well. Like the good energy that I put into people when they doubt themselves, like also put that energy into me. Like, no, that idea is good. Go with it, run with it. And just the way that I talk to myself and the way that, I encourage myself and stuff.
I think, I'm trying to leave 2 things behind. One of them is self-doubt.
Yeah.
Just like you look at, like, just from like FCTV standpoint of, you know, our equipment and stuff that we do. Like, I've come to realize that I need to stop trying to compare myself to like some major production and realize, you know, it's just you with a small DSLR camera. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing a pretty decent job for what you're doing. Just trying to perfect my craft and get better at what I got going. So that is something that I want to leave behind. And then procrastination. I am a huge procrastinator. Like, probably one of the biggest that you will ever meet. You know what I mean?
Me too, brother.
I was gonna say,
You're not alone in that boat.
You're not alone, bro.
I procrastinate something serious, and luckily it hasn't came back and bit me in the butt too bad yet. But I don't want it to get to that point, you know. So that's something that I want to get better at, and just leave behind. You know what I mean? And I know realistically you're gonna procrastinate on something, you know, but just like on big stuff, major stuff, just get ahead of it and get on and not just wait, you know. And that would stop a lot of our bumping heads too, especially when it comes to production. We could rap recording and I'll let something sit on the memory card on the camera for 2 weeks. And she like, dude, come on. I want to out. I want to start throwing teasers out there. And now we sitting here bumping heads and backs turned to each other in the bed because I videos from the camera, you know. So just something that I want to personally get better on and do better with.
What about me?
What are you leaving in 2021, or what do you want to be left in 2021?
What am I leaving? You know, I've been saying this like last year at the beginning. I said I wanted to be less darkness and more light. Basically, you know, we was in a pandemic, still are in a pandemic, just to be clear. But it was shitty. 2020 was hard. It was hard. And going into 2021, I was just like, man, I just want people to be happy. I want us to be together again. So now that 2021 is over, I think the thing that I just want to leave behind is just whatever was left of 2020, just the energy. It's like, yeah, bye. It's just like, we off that. We done. 2022, you know, just coming off of 2021, just feeling better. Like I've been telling you all the time that this has been one of the happiest years of my life. 2021, listen, I've been depressed, not just in 2020, but my entire life. And 2021 was like the first time that I was genuinely happy. I felt whole as a person. So 2022, it's like, all right, I know what it's like to truly be happy now. I'm trying to build off of that. So that's where I'm at. What about you?
For me, like on a personal level, I would say I start too many things and don't finish them, or don't think I can finish them, and I just want to kind of that confidence. I want to build that confidence. Like, all right, you can do this, because I know I can do some shit, but it's like that, like Mark, that self-doubt kind of like hit, and I'm like, maybe I can't, so I'll just leave it. Like in my mind, I got so many browsers open in my head, and it's like I just want to be able to start some shit and finish it. You know what I mean? And you know, just pretty much that, man, and just kind of that confidence, get that confidence in like what I know I can do, what I want to do. I want to, you know, I just kind of want to. I want to the self-doubt more so, leave that behind. The self-doubt.
That really works with like getting over like self-doubt and like just like thinking that you can't do it, is to just do it, and then you're going to receive like so much. Like if you're talking about like something creatively, maybe you want to try a new way to create shoes or paint shoes or something like that. Just do it and people gonna be like, oh my God, that's dope. I love it. And that gives you the momentum to do the next thing. The next thing. Keep it in your mind. Like, we don't know that that's tight up there. Like, we don't know that that's good. Like, we don't know because we can't see it. And you don't know because you can't see it. So to just do it. Like, throw everything at the wall, and whatever sticks and go with that.
And those are my 3 favorite words to say to Kayla. Whenever she having doubt about something or she want to do something, do that shit.
Yeah.
Like those my favorite 3 words to tell her, because like with Kayla, like for the longest, I feel like she didn't realize like how dope she was and her ideas were. And like, it would be times where I'm sitting in the bed and it's like, dude, do that shit. You want to write that shit up? We got a camera. We got all this editing shit that we pay for. Do that shit. We'll finish it, see what it look like, put it out. If it's shit, it's shit. If it's good, it's good. We gonna keep it moving. I mean, we gonna keep it moving regardless. But I feel like at the point that we are in life, you just got to do that shit. You just have to do it. And I know everybody's scared of failure, but unless somebody finna die or you finna lose every fucking penny in your bank account and be homeless, the consequences of that failure ain't gonna be too bad, and you're gonna be able to bounce back. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think, like, just as a creative community and everybody, period, just got to be more willing to take risk and get stuff done. Yeah. That's how I feel.
And be honest and tell our stories and be able to say, like, man, I tried this and it did not work for me. Or, whatever, and be honest. Yeah. Like, I think that everything that Eric does is perfect, or, everything that Full Circle puts out is the bomb. But, like, you don't know all of this stuff that happened back here that did not work, or you don't know the challenges and the hoops that we had to jump through to make this happen, or whatever. So I think that also, like, storytelling is a really, really good way to make this community feel like, oh, okay, so everybody ain't perfect. Everybody not rich. Everybody not doing it and driving BMWs, Mercedes. Like, everybody not...
I'm in a Honda Accord. Shit. All right, let's be real.
That's why I feel like social media sucks, because obviously it's everybody's own personal highlight reel, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so like we did a couples retreat. What was that, 2 years ago? Mm-hmm. We did a couples retreat 2 years ago, and everything behind the scenes was disastrous. You know what I mean? All the planning. It started out as a whole group plan thing, and everybody was supposed to come do this. It was, 6 or 8 people initially that was planning. Then 2 weeks out, after all these people that paid and gave us all this money for this, it ended up being just me and Kayla on the plan committee and executing it. So me and Kayla had to do a whole entire couples retreat with 5 other couples at a cabin in the Dells, and it turned out amazing. Yeah, it turned out amazing, but posting the pictures, everybody like, oh my God, that's so amazing, it's beautiful, and it's like, you don't know this press. It's like, we ain't doing this shit again. You better enjoy these pictures, because this shit ain't again, because it was too much. Yeah. But you know what I mean?
And you don't know what you don't know. Right. It seems so easy, but the fact that people are not talking about those stressors and those struggles, you don't know what you don't know. Y'all, like, people on social media see the finished product, but they don't see all the work that goes into this finished thing. So, yeah. I don't know where it came from.
We just kind of went off on the tangent.
Oh, no, that's dope.
You on the Symposium podcast. That's what we about.
I don't know where that came from, but there you go.
Nah, that was good, man. Hey, the last thing, though, I would say, looking to the camera, we got to leave in 2021 is that Grand Rising shit. I
never bought that with me. That shit can stay with me.
I hate seeing that so much.
It make me cringe so bad. I feel it's so calling me queen. Don't do that. I feel like it's manipulative. What are you trying to
It is.
What are you trying to pull a wool over my eyes on? Like, what are you trying to hide? What are you trying to prove? Good morning.
Right.
Nigga, this has been bothering you for a year.
Yes.
A year.
And I see it all the time, dude. I'm like, it's either Grand Rising or Rich Rising. Like, man, shut the fuck up, man. Just good morning. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, oh, yeah, leave that in 2021.
Don't call me queen. I don't like it. I don't like it. It just feels very like you about to ask me for something, or you about to. I don't like it. I can't explain it. I wish I could put it into words. I really just don't like it. And people probably would listen to us having that conversation and be like, "What? They don't know their worth, and they don't know that they come from." It's
like, no.
Like, okay.
You know what it is? In my opinion, it's not real. There's no substance.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And that's probably what I don't like. It feels so fake and forced. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Don't do that to me. Don't talk to
So you hear somebody say it, and you like, why? Why are you saying that? So,
Oh man.
I hope that happens for you, brother.
Oh, me too, bro.
Yeah.
And I could just easily unfollow, but it's like, nah, man, just stop doing it.
No, you like the fuckery though. That's the problem. You want that nonsense.
Oh man.
So here's a question for y'all. This will probably be my last question. I've enjoyed this entire
No, this was dope, man. This was dope.
Y'all have been great. By the way, I like what you said about do that shit.
No,
that's your next shirt, by the way.
it. I was like, do that shit, putting it on a t-shirt. It was in my mind.
You welcome. So I mean, y'all got big plans for 2022. So Full Circle TV, what's the big move for y'all? Like, what we doing in 2022?
Man, can I
Yep.
say? So obviously we're gonna be releasing season 3 with the co-parents. I think so far we've only recorded got one dynamic on there, but so I think this is gonna be our best one yet, the co-parent segment. So we got that going. Obviously we may push out another couple game nights.
Yeah.
But I think the best thing that we're going to do probably this year is going to be our relationship goals live.
Yeah.
So we're going to do.
That's what I was acting out this morning.
Yeah, that's what she did.
Okay.
We've been talking about it for a couple weeks, but now it's starting to be like, okay, let's get ideas, let's get this going. It's gonna be like a real life big deal. We're gonna get a set created. We're gonna do all this shit. It's gonna be nice. I'm gonna reach out to y'all and let y'all know when it is, and if y'all want to be in the building, y'all definitely welcome. But I think this is gonna be one of our biggest things. We got Nip coming up, Niggas in Paris. We're taking a bunch of people. We're going to Paris for a couple weeks.
In a couple weeks, February 10th.
Yeah, couple weeks.
Or February.
A bunch of creatives. We're going to head over to Paris, hang out there, see some sights, and take some good pictures and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
we're on, but.
And that's really about building community. And
Yeah.
back to Eric's point with his nephew is like, let's do some shit that we have not done before.
Yeah.
And let's together. Let's show people that there are other places. And granted, I love Atlanta. I love Miami. I love Houston. But there are other places to travel besides, those three.
The big three.
The big three.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've touched on that as well. It's like, yeah, those places are dope, but have you ever been out of the country? Do you know what that culture is like? Nigga, have you ever really had a crepe?
Like, nigga, get some stamps. Get some stamps in your passport, man.
Get some escargot.
Grow up a little bit.
But you say you know how it is with our people. Like, you say get some stamps, and nigga would be looking like you, like, nigga, why are you talking to me about stamps? You want me to go? You trying to mail some shit? It's like, no, bro.
Or EBT, like when you
Yeah.
Like I think that was like that is one of the staples of our
relationship.
Our
so
relationship.
Everything goes full circle, literally. Everything goes full.
Traveling is one of the staples of our relationship. Like, we got our passports together.
Yeah.
Traveled together. We've already been to Paris, but we're gonna double back because it was that dope, you know.
Yeah.
But we've seen the world a little bit, not as much as we would like to, but we've traveled and did some things, and even got James a couple passport stamps. So
yeah,
I mean, we all about traveling and seeing the world, and definitely urging people to go do the same because it's way more out here than what you used to, obviously.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like somebody gonna go over there, fall in love with it, and like, I'm gonna just live abroad for a year.
Right.
I'm out here, like, really changing people's perspective on, like, we see the movies. Everybody done seen what's that? The kidnapped girl, the girl that taken.
Taken. Yeah.
People really look at them like, I ain't going out of the country. They'll take you. Like, they will take you on Fifth and Keith. They will take you
For real.
anywhere. Like, they don't. It's not a thing. But yeah, like. to get out there and see the world. It's not a scary thing to do. Do your research before you go. Go with a group of people. And then also, like, it's not as expensive as people may think. We looked it up, and it was cheaper than going to Houston, literally. So, so like a flight to Houston is like 500. You know. So yeah, we just want to change people's perspective in the way that they view traveling and seeing the world and stuff.
Yeah, we another thing too that we working on, trying to get our stuff together. We want to do like a sketch show or a comedy show.
Sign me the fuck up.
Say, I already reached out to Ken. He kind of on board, and I was gonna reach out to you when we had something more solid and concrete, because I know your schedule will be packed.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning though a little bit about that before.
Yeah, we definitely gonna try to at least get something written up and on paper here this year.
Yeah,
that's on one of our goals too. So I'll definitely be in touch about that.
And the shit is so funny and so relatable. Like we already like outlines of where and who are the, not like who would play the characters, but the staple characters in the Black community, the staple places in the Black community, and the funny shit that happened in these spaces. It's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be hilarious.
Oh, that sounds dope, man. Yeah, let me know.
It sounds funny already.
Keep me posted for sure.
What about y'all? What y'all got lined up for this year?
Oh man, you want to tell the people?
Ooh.
Oh.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Let's see. Well, definitely being more consistent.
Yeah.
With the socials, my man E handles all that. I just say shit. That's all I really do. But being more consistent there. What else are we doing? We're not doing news anymore.
No.
Not like how we was.
I think really like we want to get more like, especially like this. Like this was super dope to me. I think this probably was our best one yet. Like and just kind of getting more involved like with our community, and I do want to get more into like, you know, just that mental health aspect, especially with Black men. You know what I mean? Like I think it's not talked about enough or practiced enough, and I just want to be more knowledgeable on that. So that's kind of just for me personally, just kind of getting more information and, you know, just ways to help people. Like instead of us just sitting here talking, maybe like go out and, you know, do some community work. You know what I mean? And just kind of just getting involved. You know, I think just being more involved and taking the time to do that is I'm looking forward to. So just kind of being more creative, man. Like we Black people, we so resourceful. Like you don't need a lot of money to do some dope shit. So just kind of doing that. I want to do more of that on the creator side, like especially with our socials. Like we kind of dry, like with, you know, Instagram, even shit, TikTok, all that. So we just kind of want to build that up. Like I want to get more creative with that. And that's a goal of mine to do, is like take time for that. Like I said, I got so much shit I want to start. I started or want to finish, but I haven't. And that's going for me for this year is getting that done. You know what I mean? Getting on it and, you know, just seeing what happens from there.
I think a big thing for us is just having more people on the podcast. Like you and I, we talk all the time and we share our thoughts, but we really enjoy meeting with people and like having them on the platform, because we're introduced to a whole nother world, and the people that listen to us are introduced to a whole nother world. Y'all on here, and I'm like, fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people get new perspectives and stuff. It opens up the world. So I want more of that. It's like, even if it's just for an hour, bring us into your world. Tell us about your mental health. Tell us what mental health looks like to you. What's going on in your world? Talk about it. So that's what I'm really looking forward to.
I'm gonna send a guy to y'all who's doing some really good things here in Milwaukee as a group. His name is Harry Evans. He was going this last season of Relationship Goals, but he has called Heal Black Men, where they get to talk about different things, and it's men from all different walks of life. They get together on a monthly basis or every 6 weeks or something like that, and they talk about things, talk about the issues of being a black man in the United States, or whatever. And then they also they just did like a yoga session.
Okay.
Got together and did yoga together, and I thought that was super cool. And a great guest to have on the podcast. So I'm going to, when we get off of here, send y'all his information to get him on. He is here in Wisconsin, but I think that that'd be a good opportunity.
That's awesome.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, thank
That'd
you.
be dope.
Appreciate that. You got any more questions?
Nah, man. I think that's a good episode. I think we end it there.
I'd say so. Thank y'all very much. We appreciate you coming on.
Do y'all have any shout outs, any last thing y'all want to say, lead the people with?
Yeah.
Follow us on all of our social medias on Facebook and Instagram at Full Circle Television, all spelled out. Visit our website and watch Relationship Goals the series, fullcircletelevision.com. And shout out to the fam. Shout out to FCTV fam. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Y'all are the reason why we are able to continue to do this day in and day out.
Thank y'all again for having us and sharing us with your audience, allowing us to get our brand out there.
Yes, sir.
We definitely appreciate it. And then, if y'all got some flyers or anything y'all want for us to throw out, we'll definitely throw the digital flyers on the page. Again, thank y'all. We appreciate it for real. This is big for us. Y'all I don't know if y'all feel like it, but anytime we get to do a podcast or anything with anybody, it just feels like the world for us. So we really do appreciate it, and it means a lot for you to invite us onto your platform.
No doubt, bro. No, I appreciate you for coming on, man. Like I said, I think what y'all doing is extremely dope, man. I love it, and I'm gonna continue to support. So I hope this, reach out to, especially on us being in Minnesota. You know what I mean? I hope this get to reach out and and just inspire somebody else to follow and especially get this dope ass merch. You know what I mean? So
brother need a hoodie.
We got to get you on. I got you. I'm gonna show you where to go. But
you let me in, and I saw the hoodie on. I was like, "Fuck you." Where mine at?
So yeah, man. But just appreciate it. I appreciate y'all. Much love. Much love.
All right.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all, man. Well, what the fuck do you say after an interview like that? like what do you say? What do you say?
Man, that was so tight, man. Like I feel great. I feel like, man, Mark, dude, that's my boy, man, and I love Kayla, man. So it's like
those are good peoples.
Great, man. Yeah. I'm excited.
This is good energy.
Everything they got going on, man. We should get down there and check that shit out for real.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, for real.
Yeah. So
it looks a little too fun.
Yeah,
a little too fun. Straight up. But yeah, last call. What do you got for the people?
I say last call. I mean, just kind of we talked about the new year and what we leave behind in 2021.
Yeah.
And I would say, man, like just kind of like whatever you got your mind on, man. Just like Mark said, man, do that shit. You know what I mean? Like we at a point where everything's accessible. Like you really don't got no excuse. Like why you won't do this? Because like it's so easy to like get shit done or figure shit out now. Like so, just whatever you want to do, man, get on that grind and just kind of whatever. Do it for yourself though. Like make whatever makes you happy, makes you comfortable. Man, get out your shell and go for it. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, just kind of just get out there and do it, So that's kind of what I want to leave behind with this episode.
Yeah, to piggyback off of that, I like that a lot. Going into 2022, I've definitely been thinking about that. Just as I said during the interview, just like I'm in a good space, and I've never been at this level of life.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to build off of that.
Yeah.
So Have you ever seen this? Kind of random, but have you ever seen the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah, hell yeah,
That shit is funny as shit.
Yeah.
There's an episode.
hilarious. Like,
Fucking, it's too good.
yeah,
But there's an episode in there where they're playing laser tag. I won't give too much away.
Yeah.
But there's an episode where they're playing laser tag, and one of them says 3 things, and I'm like, that's gonna be my mantra for 2022: win, stay alive, get that money.
Hell yeah.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
Just
for
that
sure.
just sums up what I'm trying to do for 2022. It's like whatever I really want to do, just do it.
Yeah.
Just go out and do it. That's what I'm really trying to do, man. And I said it already. Like 2021, that was a good year for us. So I want us to continue that.
Right.
So that's where I'm at. Yeah. So thank y'all for tuning in.
Yeah,
Symposium Podcast, episode 45. Again, thank you,
Yes,
Mark and
sir.
Kayla. We greatly appreciate y'all.
Much love. Much love.
season 2. I'm excited for season 2, man.
I'm excited for season 2.
A lot of nonsense to come.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah,
A
we're
lot of nonsense.
definitely keeping the nonsense going.
Yeah, but a lot of good things to come. So we'll see y'all in the next episode. Till then, we out.
We out.